we confirmed that news. Richie Whitt is joining us. He's a writer for Sports Illustrated, a sportscaster, and just an overall sports enthusiast. Here's a question from a viewer, which I know is probably top of mind with you, Richie. Why is Jerry Jones so quiet?
That is quite topical. Now, and this is what we call in the business a conundrum, right, with Jerry Jones. He's one of the most powerful and outspoken people, not just sports owners, but people in Dallas-Fort Worth and across the nation. This is a topic, the Black Lives Matter movement, that resonates globally and transcends sports. He hasn't said a peep. Now, I know the Cowboys put out a very sleek statement, supporting the end of systemic racism. But Jerry's got himself a problem because, as you mentioned a little bit, Ron, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has apologized for not listening to the black players. He is now encouraging a team to sign Colin Kaepernick, who is, of course, the first player that kneeled and kind of started the movement. Jerry also is beholden to corporate CEOs. He's $1 million plus donor to the Trump campaign and the 2020 re-election process. What does Jerry do? How does he kind of make both teams, if you will, happy? His players are going to want to kneel. He wants to say, look at my corporate buddies. I'm not, it's about the flag of the military. The Cowboys will not disrespect it. I hope he comes down on the right side of history, but his eerie silence is deafening, isn't it?
Well, and here's the other thing, Richie. Roger Goodell has been criticized, and I think others will now be criticized for not naming names. So he had that video sort of saying, the NFL takes this stance for equality and for players' abilities to speak their minds, but he never mentioned Colin Kaepernick by name. And some people are saying, okay, your lack of saying it out loud says something about you. And so how are these leaders, the NFL commissioner, Jerry Jones, going to sort of navigate this when people are saying, hey, explain who these people are and explain why it's okay for them to represent their side?
Yeah, it's a good point, and it's tricky. They're navigating a minefield here. As close as Roger Goodell has gotten so far was last night. There was a sports forum on ESPN with a bunch of league owners, and Roger Goodell didn't say we welcome back Colin Kaepernick, but when asked about him, he said, I would encourage an NFL team to sign him. Now, again, him, not Colin Kaepernick, but that's about as close as we're probably going to get to saying, Colin Kaepernick, please come back and let us help you, which I think they should have done a long time ago. But again, there's a lot of motivations in play here.
One final thought, Richie. I don't know if there's a question in this. It's just a revelation that I had. What is wrong with somebody coming out and saying, I said what I said then based on how I understood it, and I'm seeing things are changing, and I'm feeling the change, and I want to rise up to the occasion. I think about President Obama, who went into office and said he supported civil unions for same-sex couples. And over time, he said, I've talked to a lot of people. I've learned more about it. I've met gay couples, and I believe they deserve the same rights. What's wrong with the head of a football league saying, or a football team, or an owner saying, I understood it differently then, and in light of what's happened in the last few weeks, here's where I'm at now?
It's my personal opinion, Ron, that's 100% spot on. If you just tweeted that, I would like it like a billion times. There's nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, it's a great human being characteristic to evolve, to improve, to better yourself. And I think we could all benefit from that, saying, you know what, I thought that then, but now with more knowledge and wisdom and experience and information, I think this now. What is so wrong with that? I think America would be better if we could just say, I'm not so stubborn that I'm never going to change my views and never be enlightened. I know there's people that hate the word woke, but let's be enlightened. Let's get better. Sure. It's kind of like the medical field learning about this coronavirus and COVID-19. They have some inconsistencies in what they said back in February and March, and now what they're saying in June. You know why? Because now they know more about it, and they're changing how to operate. When don't wear a mask, now we do wear a mask. Things are evolving, things are changing, but it's for the betterment of the country, and I am trying to do that. And Ron, I hope you can convince your viewers and convince all of America to do that, Ron. That's your platform today.
Well, I don't know about America.
He's got a platform. I'm just going to chill here.
Ron,
Go ahead.
Take a third cup of coffee and let's get on that. Get some.
I have 3 streets in Oaklawn nailed down.
Richie, thank
That's
you.
as far and wide as my reach goes. All right,
Good to
thank you
chat
very
with you.
much, Richie.